All right. So we're going to talk about heating and cooling curves now. This is your worksheet for the heating curve homework. We're just going to make a few notes on the curve here so that I don't have to redraw it. Let's consider water for a moment. At low temperatures with water, H2O, we typically see water as a solid. So at this point, water is frozen, and it's a solid. So at low temperatures, we're going to see water as a solid, as our example. So basically, we're starting as solid water, solid H2O, and we're putting in energy into our system. So y-axis is temperature, and x-axis is energy. So as we are putting in energy into our system, into our solid, we're heating up the temperature of our solid. So to a certain point, that energy is just going into increasing the temperature of our solid. But once we hit a certain temperature, we now have enough energy to change phases. But during a phase change, we're not increasing our temperature. So you notice with letter B, all of that energy that's going in is going to be changing our phase. So if we are heating up a solid, we are going to be changing into a liquid. And that energy required to change our phase to melt a solid into a liquid is our heat of fusion. So that's delta H FUS. Again, the energy that we're being put in is going into a phase change. We're not increasing our temperature during a phase change. That's super important. Okay, so now we're at a liquid. We are putting in energy. That energy is going into increasing the temperature of our liquid until we hit a certain temperature where like our water is going to boil, and boiling is going to create vapor. So letter E, we got vapor. So solid, liquid, vapor, or gas. So this point, we don't see an increase in temperature. That's our phase change. So we're going from a liquid to a vapor, or to a gas, and that's going to be our heat, delta H, vaporization, heat of vaporization. Again, if we are going through a phase change, that energy is being put in to changing those liquid molecules into gas molecules to do that extra step to get that change going. We're not increasing our temperature. So I believe that is all that you need in order to answer the problems. Let's talk about a few terms. So freezing point is the point where we're going between a liquid and a solid. So freezing ice, like water, we're going from water to a solid, to ice. Melting point is the point that we're going from a solid to a liquid. Boiling point is where we're going from a liquid to a gas, the temperature required for that. Let's see, what else do we need? Kinetic energy is, we can think about it like temperature. Our change in temperature is, we can talk about kinetic energy there. Condensation, again, is going from a gas to a liquid. And then number 12 is very similar to example number 20 that we did in the chapter handout. So look at our notes there and see if you can use that to answer the worksheet.